The Bakhtiari are one of the last of the great nomadic tribes. While most of us live in houses of some kind and are part of settled communities, the Bakhtiari continue to this day to move like the wind through the mountains. It's said that they've never been conquered, and yet the only monuments they have are the gravestones that mark their mountain paths. The Bakhtiari live in the Middle East. For centuries, their home has been the Zagros Mountains of western Iran. This massive mountain range stands between the oil fields of the Persian Gulf and the ancient city of Isfahan. In the winter, most of the 500,000 Bakhtiari nomads keep their sheep to the southwest in the plains of Khuzestan. But every spring, when the winter rains are over and the grass withers and dies, the Bakhtiari must set out for their summer pastures beyond the 15,000-foot mountain of Zadaku. The only road is long and badly surfaced. It's used by merchants and a few wealthy families. The Bakhtiari have never built roads directly through the mountains, for this would have made them vulnerable to invading armies. Besides, there's no need to hurry, for when the migration starts, the summer pastures are still under snow. The sheep must graze along the way while they wait for spring to come to the highlands. This film of the Babadi, one of the Bakhtiari tribes, is the chronicle of Jafar Qoli, their Kalantar or chief. He must decide when to set out, the best route to follow, and how fast to move. The timing of the migration is a matter of life and death for both the people and the flocks.
I became Kalantar at the age of 20. In those days, I had to fight my way through these mountains. Jafar Qoli, the outlaw, they used to call me. I lived with my own armed gang, and we punished those who did not respect us. Later, the government disarmed us. Took away our rifles and shotguns. Well, not all of them, just some of them. Life is better now. There's more security. Not just for the Babadi, but for all the Bakhtiari people. Little danger that tribe will fight tribe. Not that I don't have enemies, every Kalantar has. The weather's always an enemy. I've seen it make a rich man poor overnight. Take my father-in-law. He's rich now because of his land and his political activities, but not long ago, all his sheep were lost in the snow, high up on that mountain, frozen to death. I've been invited to a meal by Ali Agha. He is the Kalantar of a neighboring tribe. I don't like Ali Agha very much, but it would be an insult to refuse. His men are not exactly good cooks. Can't climb these hills so easily. It's old age. Ali Aga has told his men to kill a fat young sheep. He wants to make an impression. I know what you'll say. Wait another week. Don't go now, you tell me. The snow's too deep. Remember your father-in-law. That's just what he says. Then I say, the Babadi are ready to leave now. The weather's going to change up there in the mountains. It's not safe, Ali Aga, to wait any longer. I accept Ali Aga's hospitality, but it doesn't make me forget that fight a few years ago. It was caused by a cow. One of Ali Aga's men had lost it, but he accused one of my men of stealing it. Then his man insulted my man's wife. This always leads to trouble. 7 people were killed at once. 6 of theirs, 1 of ours. My father-in-law was shot in the leg. Ali Aga lost 2 fingers of his left hand. It was a blood feud, but we settled it. We gave them $5,000, and one of our girls went to marry one of their young men. That's how we made peace. Ali Aga's men managed to cook the sheep without turning it to ash. This is something you can't always expect from them. Will it stick in my teeth? Ali Aga's stubborn, won't take my advice. If he wants to travel without my protection, he can go whenever it suits him. The thieves will grow fat at his expense. That's his problem. I have enough to think about. My own group of tents, my marl, is smaller than usual this year. Some of my relatives have gone to set up their own marls. Now I have only 6 tents. I could use a few strong young men. They would make up for the likes of my cousin, Nizam. He's poor. He has 10 children. His wife's going to have another one soon. How can he expect to carry all his provisions? At least I've got Jalali. He's my right arm, works hard, and he's strong. I've seen Jalali carry a full-grown donkey across a river. Bachman, my chief shepherd. He knows sheep. But he's still shaken by the incident of last year. His brother was killed by a wild boar, gored to death. He was defending my flock at the time. I sometimes think Bachman blames me for his brother's death. My marl is going to belong to old women and young children. As for the widow, Zenab, and her impudent daughter, Iran, I could often do without them. The girl is pretty enough. I don't know why she hasn't married. She'll be lucky to get a poor shepherd at her age. My wife, Nessa. She's the one who stays with the marl. She lost all her children when they were young.